Most of us love animals. From wild to domestic, everyone has that one animal that they either love or fear. Movies are no different. From the feel-good movies like Homeward Bound and Charlotte's Web to the horrifying ones like Cujo or Anaconda. But there's one animal that continues to spark both our curiosity and our creativity so much that we've given it its own week. I'm talking about the shark. It seems like there's an endless amount of shark movies out there. The forever iconic Jaws, who started it all, Deep Blue Sea, who brought sharks back to the forefront, and here recently, the Meg franchise that continues to put the finned fiends in the spotlight. That brings us to what this video is about, the Devil's Mouth, a new entry into these shark-filled waters. Let's see if it can swim with the big boys or sink like a rock in today's review.
Winter's coming.
As usual though, consider this a spoiler warning, cause, sometimes I don't notice. We start by meeting our main characters, Sarah, Max, Greg, James, and Adrian, a group of young college students vacationing in Thailand. Sarah and Max are trying to secure a boat to party on without a reservation or a deposit. This is when we find out about the Max Magic, or maximum effect as they called it, cause as Max is talking to the guy, he just gives in, saying, "She's so funny."
Oh, come on, Sandy, don't make me laugh. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I think I see both the magic and the comedy factor to Max, and it does have a effect.
I want to squeeze him.
Anyways, after a short party montage where the music decides everyone in the neighborhood needs to be awake.
If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey!
Seriously, I don't understand the volume leveling in this movie, but this is the only time where the music gets absurdly loud. Anyways, let's get back on track. We get a chat between Sarah and Max about the future and where they are heading before Max has to go back to the party games, and Sarah decides she's gonna go for a quick swim. As the games wrap up, the captain says it's time to head back, and somehow Max forgets her best friend isn't on the boat.
If he dies, he dies.
Sarah, now watching the boat leave without her, begins yelling, and this somehow attracts hundreds of jellyfish who, by the way, were nowhere to be found when she looked in the water just minutes ago.
Oh, come on!
The jellyfish evidently don't like blondes and begin to attack her repeatedly. Back on the boat, Adrian comes back from the bathroom and asks, "Where's Sarah?" Max looks around puzzled, as if she didn't hear Sarah say she was going to go for a swim just minutes ago. Eventually they go back and get Sarah, who has these red sting marks all over her body now. When the group gets back to land, they're all at the table having a dinner, where Max says she's gonna drag that boat guy on Yelp.
You serious?
Then Max just goes on and on about boat safety, her dad suing the captain, and how Sarah was just off somewhere.
Leaving someone behind is like a pretty crazy thing to just happen, right? I mean, it's like basic safety, like do a head count. It feels like it's captaining 101. You know what, Sarah, if you want, I can totally have my dad like sue his ass, or at least like send him a letter, like freak him out. It was probably just one of those horrible things where everything lined up wrong, like we were partying and you were off somewhere.
Shut up, bitch!
So Max and Sarah get into a little exchange where apparently Max becomes the victim instead of the girl covered in scars. Afterwards, we get a little backstory on why we're here. Sarah's dad passed away, and apparently he loved to swim in the caves. So I guess this is some kind of like tribute to him. They're not too clear about it, but she said he only visited this place once, so take that for what it's worth. Yeah, because swimming in a place called the Devil's Mouth sounds like such a great idea. That's like me booking a flight on low fuel airlines or something. I don't get it. But let's get back to the group, who decides they want to do a little skinny dipping before the cave adventure tomorrow. Max then feels something on her leg, which is going to be a common theme in this movie. At first, I thought it was a jellyfish coming back for some sweet, sweet jellyfish karma. But no, it turns out to be just a dead sea turtle with a gigantic chunk bitten out. I mean, look at that bite. I never touch that water again, much less go into a cave to swim after that. These people are crazy. But good old Max says it's okay because the caves are freshwater and there's nothing to worry about because sharks are saltwater. Let's fast forward a bit to the caves where we meet our tour guide, Watt, who says it's better to take the green path since they've had some storms and the red path is currently better for scuba diving instead of your regular vacationing. But as you can guess, Max ain't having that and uses that magic to convince Watt into going down the red path.
If I was a boxer, I would bounce those things like Sugar Ray Leonard.
Side note here, we get a little moment between Sarah and James, who, by the way, is Max's boyfriend. I don't know if it's just me, but I get the feeling like something was going on between them two. I don't know. If you watch the movie, you'll get the same feeling throughout when they have their little interactions. Maybe I'm just seeing something that isn't there. As the group goes through the caves, we eventually reach the Devil's Mouth. Now the movie actually begins. As they go through the caves, Adrian cuts her leg. And you would think that would mean the cave dive is over, with Watt even saying that it's policy if anyone gets hurt that the trip is done and we gotta head back. But not if old Max has anything to say about it. You know, I'm really starting to think that she's the actual villain in this whole movie. Sarah then sees blood in the water, and a pair of scuba diving goggles come up with a shark tooth in it. So now the group panics. Watt tries to tell them to follow him to get out the cave. The group begins bickering, and this is where I tell you I hate every character in this movie, except for Watt, who just swims off as they're arguing.
Be cold.
Because they don't want to listen, so now the group has to find their own way out through the caves, while also dealing with constant encounters with the sharks now stalking the cave system. I gotta be honest here, I struggled trying to get through this movie. Usually a character you like or the shark itself will be enough to keep you invested into a movie. That's not the case here. So where would I put The Devil's Mouth?
Pause.
Well, I'm introducing a new rating tier here, and that is bad, which is where this movie falls. Right in the middle of okay and trash. This movie really didn't keep me interested. The characters I found annoying and obnoxious, and the only satisfaction I got was watching them get picked off one by one. The shark was also underwhelming, and even though I consider it the hero since it took out the things that I hated most in the movie, that being the cast, I still wanted it to die as well, which says a lot about the movie. It's boring, uneventful, and just not a good watch. I don't think there's one memorable moment in this movie. Now, if you're into everything shark, of course you'll probably enjoy this movie. But for the rest of us, I'd say you're better off getting your shark fix by rewatching one of the movies I mentioned at the beginning. So in closing, I wouldn't recommend this movie. I'll never watch this movie again. But if you want to check it out for yourself, it's available on Amazon Prime. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts below. Maybe I'm the minority here. I don't know. Just doesn't seem like a good movie to me. But anyways, like if you enjoyed, sub if you want to see more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Hey, you want to go swim with your little fishes, miss? You go right ahead. Me? I'm opening this door and I'm climbing out of here.
The hell you are.
Hey, I don't work for you.